Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray, and we are here to jump into episode 8 of my stand-in. Sorry, it's actually been a little while because I couldn't record last weekend because of my mic issues. So I'm doing a lot of catch-up actually. So I'm actually a bit crunched on time. But I wanted to watch this as soon as possible. And try and get this out to you since I couldn't get it out last week. But we're here for episode 8. 8. All right, last episode, what happened last? Last episode, Ming finally figured out that the back that he's been in love with all this time has been Joe's back and not Tong's, for whatever reason. Actually no, it's not for whatever reasons, because everybody and their brother used to treat Joe like trash and didn't give him his coins, and so they all pretended like Tong is the one who did that big old famous action scene from the movie that he got famous off of. And so unfortunately Joe was pushed into the background, into the shadows. So Ming was operating under the idea that Tong did his own stunt in that movie. So when he was falling in love with that stunt, and developed a crush, he was developing it on the wrong person unknowingly. So now he's found out. He had that big old emotional scene at the end of the episode, which I cringed through entirely because it felt so embarrassing. It was in front of everybody on the production team. He ran into I don't want to say ran, but he walked into the shot, and he was like in the middle of the performance, in the middle of the shoot, and I just felt so, I couldn't be me. I would have to confront you after everything is done, when we're alone, just you and me. Sorry, I just could not. Public like moments like that make me cringe so bad. Public like proposals, all of that. I hate it. So, ew. But anyway, hopefully this is a turning point for Ming's character, because he has been so awful up till this point. Very close to irredeemable. Very close. And some might say he's already crossed that line. I mean, from the moment that he hit Joe in the back of the head and low-key kidnapped him, that was crazy. Some people's line is right there, and it's perfectly fine to put your line there and just be like, no, fuck Ming forever. You know what? Valid. But I'm still here. This show has been very entertaining for me. This is actually, I think, my favorite show that I'm watching live right now. Yeah, this is it. It's so over the top. It's so soap opera, and it's like, I don't know. It's really well put together, right? Like the drama, the suspense, like the production is working. Everything has been great. I've been enjoying this series, even though Ming is out of pocket every day, but I've been having a blast. So let's get into the next episode. We just small clips of that. I don't need to experience that anymore. Yeah. He's about to be the stand-in for himself. Stand-in for the stand-in. The emotional garbage dump for two people. That's exactly what's happening.
Okay, happy.
Joe. Oh, Joe. Fucking Tong. When is he gonna get beat up? I'm ready. I'm ready for him to get beat up.
เก็บของเสร็จแล้วครับ
It's your boo. Your red flag boo. This dude.
กลับกับผมเดี๋ยวผมไปส่งไม่เป็นไรครับ
Here we go. Is he going to be less of a douchebag now? Fingers crossed.
กลับมาแล้วครับแม่
Maybe we really did have a turning point
เป็
last
นไงเหนื่อย
episode.
ไหม
ก็นิดหน่อยครับ แม่ครับนี่คุณหมิงนะครับ
ทำไมเขาถึงเปลี่ยนไปเหรอครับ
He aged? Well,
แม่ก็ไม่รู้
also
เหมือน
he's
กั
a
น
different
นะคะ
person
ตั้งแต่
now.
เขาไม่สบายแล้วก็ฟื้นขึ้นมาเนี่ย
Yeah, ever since the
เขาก็
coma,
กลายเป็นเด็ก
something's
ดีนะคะอยู่
changed.
คนละคนเลยค่ะ
แม่ครับ
He's
ได้
like,
เวลาไป
whoop,
เฝ้า
whoop,
เพื่อน
whoop,
แล้วนะครับ
whoop. Let me finish that
โอ้
conversation.
ยลูก อีกตั้งเกือบชั่วโมงอะ
คุณรู้ได้ยังไงว่าฉากฟันดาบตอนภาคหนึ่งต้องถ่ายยังไง
Because it's my job to
ผ
know.
มก็แค่เดาไปเรื่อยนะครับ
I'm a stunt man.
คุณรู้ใช่ไหม
I'm a
ว่าพี่ตรงไม่ได้เล่
professional.
นฉากนั้นด้วยตัวเอง
คุณคิดว่า ผมกับเขาเป็นคนคนเดียวกันงั้นเหรอครับ
Why would you say that, Joe?
ผมไปก่อนแล้วกัน
Why would he say that? Why would Paul stop? Why would he say that? Why? What is the reason? Like, are you trying to give him a hint of what's actually going on? What would you be like? What do you mean? Are you saying that me and Joe are possibly the same person, body swapped, and that other Joe is out there in a coma? That would be absurd. What is the reason? Oh, Joe, this fucking dude. Close call. You made it closer, sir.
ถ้าเจอใครน่าสงสัยบอกทันทีเลยนะ
So he's been suspecting because he saw Joe's back during the music video shoot. So, and he started getting an inkling that something is familiar there.
พี่ว่า
A lot's
มันต้อง
changed.
เกี่ยวกับไอ้สตันแมนคนใหม่
All right. Who is this? I feel like we've seen him before here, actually, in the woods. Who is this man? What is happening here? How
ก็ตารู้ครับว่าผม
how
จะ
did
มา
Ming even come to know
ก็ที่
these
เรามา
two? Like,
เพราะคิดว่าอาจารย์โจยังไม่ตาย แต่ก็ไม่ถือว่ามีชีวิต
he ain't wrong. I mean, we know he's
แค่
not a
ตามบอกผมมาเถอะครับ
charlatan.
ว่าพี่เขาอยู่ไหน ผมทนไม่ไหวแล้ว
He's the real deal
ขอร้องแล้วครับ
because he's been spot on this whole
อาจาร
time.
ย์จะบอกให้ก็ได้
Vague, but spot on.
แต่เราต้องมานั่งสมาธิกับอาจารย์ก่อน
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, what can tell he's lying. He's like, sus.
คุณแม่รอตรงนี้ก่อน
That's
นะคะเดี๋ยวแม่เรียก
suspicious.
ค่ะ
That's
ขอบคุณ
weird.
ครับ ไปด้วยกันไหม
พี่ไม่หิวอะ
Oh. Oh, he's here for serious business. All right. So is he gonna accuse him of breaking into Joe's place? The way Joe can feel the vibes, he's like, uh-oh.
พี่คงไม่ได้มาหาผมเพราะเรื่องแม่ใช่ไหมครับ
Clearly.
ตอนนี้ผมเป็นเด็กเก็บคุณหมิงเขาอะครับ
Ooh, not Paramore. Yes, let's bring out the vocab. We should start using that word again.
ทำไปทำไม
That
วะ
and lover. I use lover all the
ชื่อ
time.
เสียง เงินทอง ฮะ
He said, "Why are you putting yourself through this?" But it's
เพื่อ
for
เงินนะพี่
and also
Like
a
a
little
man
bit
from
deep
there.
down, also for the emotional like
ขอโทษนะครับที่ทำให้พี่ผิดหวัง
connection that he still feels for Ming that he keeps denying.
แล้วเดี๋ยวมึงต้องเสียใจไง
I do not doubt you.
พี่มา
I
หาผม
think
เพราะ
he'll
เรื่องนี้ใช่ไหม
regret
ครับ
this as well. Not him putting all of the pieces together. All right.
กูไม่เคยพูด
He said, "What the hell is going on?"
มึงโกหกทำไมวะ ฮะ
โท ษทีพี่ผมน่าจำผิดมั้งครับ
จำผิดเหมือนที่จำผิดเรื่องลูกแฝด
Yeah,
ใช่
I
ไหม
think that was the biggest one because he literally did not tell anybody about
โจ
almost having
มึง
twins
บอก
and
ตาม
then
ค
one
วาม
of
จริ
his
งเลยดีกว่า
babies
บอกกู
dying.
มาชัดๆเคลียร์ๆครั้งเดียวเลยเนี่ย มึงเป็นใครกันแน่วะทำไมหลายๆอย่างของมึงไม่เหมือนกับคนที่กูเคยรู้จักวะ เฮ้ย
So what is he actually thinking, right? Like Ming going to the spiritualist makes me think, oh yeah, he would go to a supernatural conclusion. But I don't think what is. I think what does what think is happening? Does he think that New Joe is a
คุณหมิง
stalker?
เขาตามตัวผมแล้วพี่ วันนี้พี่นวลไม่อยู่ด้วย ผมต้องไปส่งแม่
ไปไหนก็ไปเลย กูขอโทษแล้วกันเชี่ยวนี้เชี่ยอะไรไม่รู้แล้วเนี่ย
I know, it's
Woman,
gotta be
woman,
so
woman.
confusing because you're not
Woman,
wrong.
woman.
All of the stuff that you
Yeah,
listed
yeah.
out, sir, is
Balloon wang,
absolutely correct. It's
มีงานอีเวนต์
suspicious.
เข้ามาว่ะ
It's weird.
เงินโอเคด้วยไปกูไป
มาลืนผมติดธุระแล้วครับ
Shooting the music or doing the choreo for his new song. That's not the same song as that last music video, though. That was a slow song. All right. That's the fourth wall break. That choreo was something. It was very. We put this together on the spot.
อ้าวพี่วุฒิมาดูผมนี่กลัวผมอู้งานเหรอ
He's having. Wood is having a lot of talks today, huh? Making the rounds.
จริง ๆ แล้วมึงเห็นใช่ไหม
He said, "I need
ว่า
the
คนร้ายในกล้องว
truth."
งจรปิดเป็นใคร
Yeah, right. Like, come on.
เฮ้ยผมบอกแล้วไง ผมไม่เห็นจริง
ซอน
He's a better liar than
กูรู้จัก
Joe,
มึงมา
though.
กี่ปีแล้ว มึงคิดว่ามึงจะโกหกกูได้เหรอวะ
Like the only reason that he knows is because he knows
แล้วคนที่มึงเห็น
so
น่ะ
much, but
ๆ คุณกินอะไรมายัง
ลองท้องมาแล้วครับ
his lips reminded me to put some
งั้นทำอะไรให้ผมกินหน่อยสิ
chapstick on.
ผมเตรี
Because
ยมของไว้ให้
goddamn, they are shiny.
คุณหมิงครับ ถ้าเกิดว่าคุณหมิงหิวเนี่ยให้ผมสั่งอะไรให้คุณหมิงกินดีกว่าไหมครับ
ผมอยากกินที่คุณทำมากกว่า
He said, "I need my lips extra juicy today." Imagine living this life where somebody just, I bought all of the ingredients, but I can't be bothered to cook none of this, so come here and cook this for me, this one meal. Just leave it.
เดี๋ยวก่อนนะครับ
This dude is so obvious. This is so clearly a test. I need Joe to do better. Like, I mean, then again, would the story move forward if he was actually a good liar? We'd never get anywhere, to be fair. It's gonna taste the same, baby. Because Joe can't put two thoughts together
พอกินได้ไหม
when it comes to trying to actually keep his secret. So it's gonna taste the
รสชาติเหมือน
same.
ที่เคยกินอะ
ผมว่าบะหมี่เนี่ยใครทำมันก็เหมือนกัน
No,
ทั้งนั้นแหละ
แต่มันมีบางอย่างที่รสชาติไม่เหมือนกันแน่นอน
Alright, taking a bath. Little couple's bath.
คุณหมิง
Little bubble bath.
นี่ห้องน้ำผม
This tub looks
ห้องผม
tiny.
จะเข้าไม่ได้
Much smaller than I would expect for his room, to be honest.
คุณหมิงครับ
คุณเป็นใครกันแน่
Oop, not confronting him while you're both naked in the bath.
ผมก็บอกคุณหมิงไปหมดแล้วไงครับว่าผมเป็นใคร
คุณหมิงยอมรับเถอะครับ โจคนนั้นเขาตายไปแล้ว
เขายังไม่ตาย
เขาตายไปแล้วครับ
เขายังไม่ตาย
เขาตายไปแล้วครับ
เขายังไม่ตาย ออกไป
You got to the bath with me!
ออกไปดิ
Oh, Lord. Nah, he's super upset. His parents. Want to see his parents' grave? Does anybody like know his parents? Know anything about Joe? Because he's talked about how he grew up alone and everything, and his parents died when they were young. So, or when he was young. So.
โจขอโทษนะครับที่โจดูแลร่างกายที่พ่อกับแม่ให้ไว้ไม่ได้
It's probably not a good idea for you to visit this place because how would new Joe even know these guys? Especially because we know that
โจต้องมาอยู่กับพ่อกับแม่แล้วนะ
Ming is suspicious. He could have somebody
แต่
watching.
ก็ไม่รู้ว่าทำไมถึงได้มาอยู่ในร่างของโจคนนี้ได้
ไอ้โจ
What I say?
นี่มึงจริงๆใช่ไหม
Oh. It's Solon Wood. Oh, is it his parents' like death anniversary or
พี่
something?
วุฒิพี่วุฒิ
นี่ดิกูเคยบอกแล้วใช่ไหมว่าอย่าไป มึงรู้ไหม ทุกคนเขาคิดถึงมึงขนาดไหน
Yeah, they really did miss you. I feel like Joe in the past just really, he felt so isolated and everything, but like he did have people around him that cared about him that he could have relied on, and I feel like he always just felt like he was a burden to them. So it was hard for him. But now that he's got like this second chance, I think he's finally actually ready to like accept the support system that he had all along but never connected with.
ผมกลับมาแล้วนะขอโทษนะพี่
This is such a crazy thing to learn that one of your close friends and colleagues died or seemingly died and then came back in another person's body. That's such a crazy thing to find out. Like, I mean, for me, it would open up so many questions about literally the supernatural, the spiritual. Like, I'd be Ming here out in the woods trying to, connect with the spirit, well, whatever, meditate, trying to figure out my shit.
ผมนั่งนานแค่ไหนครับอาจารย์
โจเอ้ย นี่ถ้ากูไม่เห็นแก่หน้าพ่อแม่มึงนะ กูซัดมึงตายแล้วเนี่ย
So did he used to know his parents? We don't know anything about Joe's parents other than that they're dead.
พอแล้ววันนี้พี่ขอ
Did
โทษ
they
มันเป็นร้อย
also
ๆค
were
รั้ง
they
นะ
also stuntmen, stunt people?
ทำไมมึงไม่บอกกูตั้งแต่เราเจอกันในโรงพยาบาลวะ
I mean, how, sir? How would he prove this?
ให้ผมบอกพี่เหรอ อย่างน้อยรอบนี้นะ ผมก็มีเป้าหมายว่าผมต้องทำเพื่อใคร
พี่นี่ก็ดีนะทำเพื่อเขาขนาดนี้ทั้งที่ไม่ใช่แม่แท้
ก็มิงเขาดีกับพี่ทั้งที่พี่ก็ไม่ใช่ลูกแท้ๆของเขาเหมือนกัน มันมี
She's
ค่า
a
สำห
good
รับเด็กกับ
person,
พา
and
พี่
she
มากเลยนะซอน
took care of him. Yeah. It's like the mother that he
ๆจะอะไร
never
ก็
got
ช่าง
to
เถอะ
fully experience.
แค่พี่มีชีวิตอยู่ก็ดีแล้ว
Do we know what age he was when his parents died? Did they say that? I don't think they did. They just said
มึงพูด
younger.
ดีเว้ย เพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้
ผมจะสลับร่างกลับไปเป็นโจคนเดิม
กูว่านะ มึงดูหนังมากไปแล้วแหละ
I mean, it could happen. The first switch happened. Why couldn't he switch
เสด็จ
back?
พ่อโนแลนเก่
Like,
งก็จริงแต่ว่า
there's
เป็น
magic
โลก
in
แห่ง
this
จินตนาการ
world, sir. That's too far. You plopping into a body of somebody that was in a coma, all right, but plopping back into your old body, that's too much. Not the in-show ITE ad.
ผมขอเข้าไปเยี่ยมแม่พี่ได้ไหม
All right. Mama's getting several male suitors today. Is that the story of Kuning Palace?
แม่ครับ
Wait. I really wasn't expecting that. I actually have filmed reactions to the story of Kuning Palace. So just look forward to that later. Maybe later this year, maybe next year. Depends on how much I can do between now and then. We are halfway through the year, so end up being next year. But either way, I have filmed reactions to that show, so look forward to that. It was a great series. Hey, if it's gonna be featured in any show, it should be in this one because that one was also hella problematic. Hella toxic relationship, but you know, it was entertaining as fuck. So, with my girl Bailu, you know. So they're watching C dramas.
สวัสดีครับ
ฉันนั่งค่ะ
I'm still thinking about
รู้ไหม
not
คะ
this scene
ว่า
too.
แม่กับป้าเนียเนี่ยเป็น FC คุณด้วยนะ
Them pausing on that kiss.
แล้วก็
Jeez.
มิวสิกวิดีโอของคุณเนี่ยนะ ป้าไป
That
ย้อน
show
ดู
was
กันเนาะ
wild, you
ใช่ไหม
guys.
จริงเหรอครับ
It was
Right.
something
So
else.
good.
Also, interestingly, Story of Kuning Palace also dealt with some transmigration because the premise of that story is actually that the main female character, well, there's a couple of things, but the main female character was an empress who, in the very beginning, dies in like this really bloody coup. And because she's like hated by everyone for how ruthless and you know cutthroat she is and heartless she is, right? And she dies and then she wakes up back in her 18-year-old body, having transmigrated to her past self or an alternate universe version of her. And so we're following her character trying to navigate her own life but do things differently this time. So it's like a do-over story. So it's actually kind of appropriate that they're showing that in this as a clip in this because that's kind of similar to what Joe is doing. He's going back. It's not exactly the same. It's not a one-to-one, but you know, he's getting a new chance to do things differently for his life. Instead of using time travel, it's more that he transferred into the body of somebody who's still connected to all the same people. And so he's getting a do-over of a sorts. And hopefully, you know, he can make better decisions this time. Anyway, that show is also about that. I just didn't put that together until a couple of seconds ago. So,
แม่ขออนุญาตเซลฟี่ได้ไหมคะ แม่จะเอาเป็น2
Cute.
3
Yeah, lots of suitors today.
Oi.
Mama's like,
Oh,
oh,
chin-chin
hold
เลย
up. My son is popular, and he isn't that
เอ่อ
charn boy.
พอดีวันนี้
She
ทีมงาน
hates.
เขาส่งดราฟต์แรกของ MV มาให้ดูอะครับ คุณแม่อยากดูไหมครับ
Oh, not the first draft.
ได้ค่ะ
Not the uncut. All right. Exclusive.
นี่ครับ
That's cute.
ค่ะ โอ้ย
พี่สำคัญเสมอนะ
All right, sir.
พี่รู้แล้ว
All
เมื่อ
right.
กี้พี่แค่พูดเล่น
แต่ผมพูดจริง
Oh, we got a confession.
พี่โจ ให้ผมปิดหนี้ให้พี่นะ พี่จะได้เป็นอิสระจากมันสักที
But it's not really about that,
Okay, let's
right? Like, pause. I feel like I said this in the last maybe I said it in the last episode, or maybe I was just thinking it. But like when he first started this, I feel like one of the reasons, yes, some of it is because he still has feelings for Ming. No matter what he says, he does. But part of it, I think, also is that I feel like he thought that this kind of contract relationship would have some kind of distance there because it's, you know, it's for work. It's for a monetary purpose, you know, like it's sex work, but it's work, you know. So sex work is work, you know. So I feel like he feels like if he can keep it transactional, then it won't get messy, but it's gonna get messy. Like it's gonna get messy. Joe's wrong in the sense that he's not able to divorce his old feelings from this, but I think that's why he's doing it. So whereas I feel like if he does, I feel like for Joe, he doesn't want to take money from his friends, from Wooch, anything like that, because that feels like burdensome. And like I mentioned earlier, I feel like Joe sometimes operates in this mindset that he's a burden to the people around him. He feels like a burden. I mean, he has like very low self-esteem, obviously, but like he feels, I think he feels like he's a burden. And so he would never want to take money from them because it would be completely counter to who he is. He would just never would.
แต่พี่เลือกเดินทางนี้แล้วอะ
For, you know, it's probably a
พี่
mistake,
คิดยังไงจริงๆ
but
หรือ
he
พี่มี
hasn't.
ใจให้มันอยู่กันแน่เนี่ย
I mean, both, but he's about to deny it, but it's both. I know he's about to say, no, it's not that. Yeah, whatever. What was I gonna say? I can't remember what I was about to say, so never mind. Let's keep going.
สอนความรู้สึกของพี่อะนะ มันตายไปพร้อมกับร่างเก่าของพี่แล้ว แล้วพี่อุตส่าห์ได้กลับมาทั้งทีอะ
Be
พี่คงไม่เอา
serious,
ตัวเองไป
sir.
เจ็บแบบนั้นอีกครั้งหรอก
You're already getting hurt like that. Are we forgetting how like last episode, wasn't it last episode where you were losing it and crying in the hotel room? Was that last episode or the episode before? Either
พี่
way.
จริงๆใช่ไหม ผมไม่อยากเชื่อเลย ว่าผมจะได้เจอพี่อีกครั้ง
These aesthetic shots. They love those two birds. This is like the third time we've gotten those two birds, by the way. Oh, has he reached his horizon? These two birds. Seriously, they love him. They're representing Joe and Ming.
โจยัง
Him
ไม่
in this
ตาย
Marc Jacobs shirt.
แต่ก็ไม่ถือ
hoodie.
ว่ามีชีวิต
เดี๋ยว
Yeah, he's putting the pieces together finally. Also, the big ass
Okay, take them
fat
apart.
clue that Joe said to him
ผมว่าคุณ
yesterday.
จำคนผิดแล้วนะครับ
What would he say?
เดี๋ยว
I'm still like, what in the
คุณชื่ออะไร
world? What do you mean?
Joe
That
ครับ
we're the same person and
แล้ว
my spirit
ทำไม
has
เขาถึง
moved
เปลี่ยน
into
ไป
this
อะครับ
body?
ก็ไม่รู้
What
นะ
are you
คะ
talking about?
เพราะว่าตั้งแต่ที่เขาไม่สบายแล้วเขาฟื้นขึ้นมาเนี่ยเขาก็กลายเป็นเด็กดีนะคะ อย่างคนละคนเลยค่ะ
They had the
ตรงข้ามเลยครับ
fog machine going on this scene.
ผมเจอแต่คำถาม
They say we want to make this extra
คำถามที่ไม่น่าเป็นไป
spiritual.
ได้
หรือคำตอบมันชัดเจนอยู่แล้ว
Say,
Son
"Ooh,
of a
he your
man."
boyfriend? No.
นี่แม่
It
อา
was
ยุ
the
เกิ
other
นนี้
guy.
แล้วนะ แม่ดูออกว่าเขาชอบลูกของแม่
Yeah, it's
ว่า
very
แต่
obvious.
เราอะชอบเขาหรือเปล่า
โจทำงานเยอะขนาดนี้โจไม่มีเวลาไปดูแลใครหรอกแม่
That's not an
Joe.
answer, sir.
แม่อายุเยอะแล้ว
I mean,
นะ
I know he
แม่
doesn't like him like that.
อยาก
But
ให้มีคนมาดูแลโจตอนที่แม่ไม่อยู่
แม่ทำไมแม่พูดแบบนี้ล่ะครับ
I mean, she
Man
just
can
had a
learn, learn.
serious health scare. It
แม่
makes
ต้องอยู่กับ
sense.
โจไปนานๆนะครับรู้ไหม
แม่แค่อยากทันเห็นคนที่เขามาดูแลโจแทนแม่ แค่โจมีความสุขเนี่ย ต่อให้คนนั้นเป็นใคร แม่ก็รับได้ทั้งนั้นนะ
ขอบคุณนะครับแม่
But you're still young, Mama. You'll be here for years yet. Hopefully.
แม่ครับ
Hopefully they don't
แม่
kill
เคย
his
บอก
mother.
ว่า
I can't
พ่อ
do
ของ
that.
โจเนี่ยเสีย
Don't
ตั้
do
งแต่โจ
that.
ยังเด็กใช่ไหมครับ
ใช่ตอนน่าจะ7 ขวบได้มั้งลูก
7. Oof. Yeah,
เจ็ด
very young.
ขวบ
อืม
ถ้าอย่างนั้นแม่ก็มีเวลาอยู่กับพ่อแค่ไม่กี่ปีอะสิครับ
Yeah.
อืม
She never
No.
remarried.
ถ้าเกิดว่าแม่ย้อนเวลากลับไปได้ครับ แม่จะเปลี่ยนใจไปเลือกคนอื่นไหมอะครับ
ถ้าเป็นพ่อของโจนะ ต่อให้แม่ต้องย้อนกลับไปกี่ครั้ง แม่ก็ยังเลือกพ่อ
Here we go. Whatever this is. Or not? Is what's
เชิญ
up?
ครับ ผมเป็นคนเรียกคุณมาเอง ผมไม้ พี่ชายของหมิง
Did we know this?
Crap.
Pause. What? First of all, did we know that Ming had another sibling? 2, did we know that this guy was his other sibling? Because we've seen him before at the in the forest. Not just this episode, but like the last time we went to the forest to see the spiritualist. He was there too. I thought he was like, you know, like his apprentice or something, or his helper. Ming's brother. Okay, all right. Well, here we are.
แล้วคุณมีธุระอะไรกับผมนะครับ
Okay.
ผมก็เป็นแค่เพื่อนเล่นคลายเหงาของน้องชายคุณนั่นแหละครับ
I mean, sort of, but it's not exactly that either.
กับบ้านอีกหนึ่งหลัง
I mean, yes,
Let me pay
I'm
me now.
priceless, motherfucker. Me and my mom, we're both
มันก็เป็นแค่เศษเงินของพวก
priceless.
คุณ
Yes,
นั่นแหละ
we're
ครับ
worth all of that, just like you.
แต่สำหรับผม มันช่วยผมแล้วก็ชีวิตแม่ของผมได้ คุณเป็นห่วงน้องชายคุณนะครับ
We know what this
ว่า
is.
เขาจะยอมปล่อยผมไปหรือเปล่า
Yeah, that is the question. Is Ming gonna let go? And the answer is no.
นายนี่ดูไม่เหมือนพวกหิวเงินที่ฉันเคยเจอเลยเนี่ย
Oh, interesting. So Ming has had gold diggers after him before this, then.
พี่มาทำอะไรที่นี่
Or is it one of those situations where they weren't actually gold diggers? They were just probably his regular boyfriends or something, or people who were interested in him, and his brother like chased them away. Did the whole, you know, K-drama mother-in-law throw a, you know, envelope of money in their face? Is that what we're getting?
พี่นายให้เขาเข้ามาเหรอ
ขอโทษครับคุณหมิง
ผมว่าถ้างั้นเดี๋ยว ผมขอตัวก่อนดีกว่าครับ
He was like, ooh, this seems like a family issue. Pardon me.
เดี๋ยว
Oh, Lord.
คุณต้องมากับผม ไม่ต้องตาม
Manhandling him, huh?
เราจะไปกัน2 คน
What a mess. So, a lot of people overly involved in Ming's love life, I guess. So we're going to enter the family arc where his family is about to become a capital P problem. Sitting in traffic. Like at the very beginning of the series. We're doing a do-over. We're starting over from fresh or trying
คุณหมิง
to.
ครับ
What are we doing?
คือผมไม่รู้จะพาคุณหมิงไปไหนอะครับ
Take me to your
ถ้าไม่รู้จะ
place?
พาผมไปไหนอะผมมีที่หนึ่งที่อยากไป
Okay, no. Oh, no, it is. It's going to be Joe's place. It's going to be Joe's old place. He knows. He knows. This view is spectacular. I'm sorry. This is a great apartment spot. Listen, I know it's supposed to be kind of like, you know, run down. This is a poor, like, no, it's great. He's got the view of the Ferris wheel. It's right on the water. Like, this is a nice place.
ผมอยากขึ้นไปบนนั้น
It's high up and open.
คุณหมิงแน่ใจเหรอครับ
This is a great apartment.
ทำไมอะ
No, they're fucking. They're gonna fuck. Like, come on. We're going right back to the beginning of the series. Everything exactly the same.
คุณหมิงครับ ผมว่ามันดูอันตรายนะครับ เรา
What do you?
กลับกันนะครับคุณหมิง
What I say? We fucking.
เดินระวังหน่อยนะพอดีบ้านพี่มัน
Thanks for the
ค่อนข้างมืดอะ
flashback. In case I forgot. No lube, no prep, raw. Got it. Nothing. He just.
ช่วงเวลานี้ ผมแยกไม่ได้แล้วว่าความรู้สึกที่
So
เกิด
he
ขึ้น
was right. He does sneeze when he
มันเป็นของร่างนี้
orgasms.
หรือว่าเป็นของร่างที่แล้ว
They don't know because he sneezed.
อันนี้
He got found out because he
ผมแยก
sneezed.
ไม่ได้แล้วว่าความรู้สึกที่เกิดขึ้น มันเป็นของร่างนี้ หรือว่าเป็นของร่างที่แล้ว
Not him. Like, I can prove it.
แต่ไม่ว่า
What
จะ
if
ยัง
I
ไง
railed him and then he sneezed?
มันก็คงไม่สำคัญแล้ว
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. That was really sweet. Hold on, go back.
มันก็คงไม่สำคัญ
It's very
หรือว่าเป็น
intimate.
ของร่างที่แล้ว แต่ไม่ว่าจะยังไง
Yeah, this whole little kiss on the shoulder.
มัน
It's
ก็ค
very
งไม่สำคัญ
intimate.
แล้ว
นักสืบบอกว่า ไม่มีรอยขีดข่วนที่ประตู
Indeed, there
แปล
was
ว่าคน
not.
ร้ายใช้กุญแจสำรองไขเข้ามา
You are
และใน
correct,
โล
sir.
กเนี้ย คนที่รู้ว่ากุญแจสำรองอยู่ที่ไหน มีแค่ผม
U2 and Soul.
ไอซอน แล้วก็คุณ ใช่ไหมอะพี่โจ
เนี่ยคุณหมิง คุณเลิกพูดล้อเล่นได้แล้วครับ ผมบอกไปแล้วไงว่าคุณโจอะเขา
พี่โจ
ตาย
ยังไม่ตาย แต่ก็ไม่ได้ถือว่ามีชีวิตอยู่ เพราะพี่โจกลับมาในร่างใหม่
You're right on the money, sir.
นี่คุณพูดเรื่องอะไรของคุณเนี่ยฮะ
ถึงปากพี่จะโกหกผมอะแต่ร่างกายพี่มันฟ้องหมดละ คนที่จามตอนเสร็จแบบเนี้ยในชีวิตผม มีแค่คนเดียว
The way they set that up, like, because they did mention that way earlier, like in the first episode when they first had sex, and like, just for this reveal,
อะไร เจอตัวคุณโจแล้วครับ
his
แน่ใจนะ แน่ใจครับ คุณมิง
did we find his body or him? Okay, I have
เจอ
thoughts.
ตัวพี่โจแล้ว
In an episode. Oh, nice rack focus. Very nice. Episode 8. All right. Oh, that was a great episode. Actually, in a lot of ways. Okay. I have thoughts about them finding Joe's body, but I'll save that for a little bit later. I want to go back and talk about basically this whole episode was just like a number of people that Joe cares about finding out the truth about who he really is, that he is in fact the old Joe in new Joe's body. And you know, obviously they all have different feelings towards Joe. Like obviously, you know, Woot is, you know, his mentor and his, you know, his boss, his friend, his mentor, someone who cares deeply for him, like a father would. And so, you know, his reaction being, you know, one of anger and yet also just like extreme worry and missing him and, you know, pulling him in for an embrace and everything. It was just really, it was really sweet. It was really touching. You know, remember in the early days of this show when I thought Woot was so, you know, suspicious? Like, I was like, ooh, he hates this man. Like, I was so wrong. I, like, gave him so much shit. And he's actually been so true blue this entire series. He's been so true blue. Like, all he cares about is Joe's safety and Joe's health and Joe's happiness. Like, truly. He's been really, really good. As both a mentor and a friend, he's been doing his best. You know what? Props to Woot. Props to Woot, you know? So that was a really sweet scene. I really liked it. So he now knows the truth. So does Soul. Soul, however, you know, is a little bit different because his reaction, of course, is also tinged with his own, you know, unrequited crush on Joe that Joe's very aware of, and he doesn't know, like, I don't want to say he doesn't know what to do with it, but like he's kind of avoiding touching that subject because he doesn't feel the same way anymore. Like he used to, but he doesn't now. And I feel like there's a part of Joe that recognizes that probably Soul would be the better choice for him, you know? But he also is like so traumatized by his experience from Ming that he doesn't want to even worry about romance right now. Like that's like not even on his radar. He wants to just live his life. He wants to take care of his mom. That's it, you know? And then when he's finished with taking care of his mom, it seems like based on the conversation he was having at the gravesite that he's at that point is, you know, expecting to join his biological parents. And I'm like, that was a little bit concerning, and I'm trying to figure out what he meant by that. Does he think that after he takes care of his mom and, you know, she passes normally and safely and, you know, and contentedly, that he's going to just drop dead? Or are we talking about something else here? Like, what is he just, or does he just mean that he's just going to devote his life to her and then just continue to live alone after her? Like, what does Joe think when it comes to his own life? Because he's now operating on, this is my second chance, this is bonus time for me, and I'm using this time to take care of my mother, and that's it. And I respect that, and I understand that. But I'm just saying that your mother is much older, and she's not wrong. She's not elderly. She's like, what, in her 60s maybe? You know? She's not elderly, but she is getting older. And let's say in the next, you know, 15 to 20 years, she could pass, right? Does he not imagine a life after her, or is he just trying not to think about it? You know? So I'm very curious to see if we're going to get into what does he see for his life in the future, or maybe he's just not even thinking about it. Like, frankly, he's like, he's operating under so much, you know, trauma, as well as just extreme low self-esteem. He has very low self-esteem, and he's just tired. And so I'm wondering if he just can't see anything in his life that's worth living except for his mother right now, which is sad on a deep level. He really needs to be in therapy too. Like, he needs to be out there meditating too. Like, I don't know, maybe not with Ming, but like separately, you know. He needs therapy too, because he is going through it, y'all. And like, every moment that he continues with Ming is just more stress. More stress. Now we've got Ming's family in the mix. Now his brother, who we didn't know existed, at least I didn't know existed prior to this. Now he's in the mix, about to cause trouble, because you know how like super hyper rich people are in these kind of shows. Like, you know, it's about to be a fucking mess. We briefly met Ming's mother, and we know how she's very, you know, intense and high strung, and also probably a bit homophobic. His brother, though, knows that he's good. So the mom didn't know that Ming was gay, but the brother clearly does. The brother clearly knows that Ming is gay. So both his siblings, basically, his brother and his sister, both know that he's gay. But obviously they have different, you know, viewpoints on that. May is completely fine with it and very accepting, and, you know, liked Joe and everything like that. Whereas Mike clearly is up to no good. Like, he seems kind of skeevy too. Like, he seems like he's exactly like Ming, but straight. You know, like, that's the vibe we're getting off of him. Like, that he's just an entitled rich dude. But I feel like he also is a little bit more, because he's probably older. So yeah, he's older. So I feel like he probably has more power to really make Joe's life difficult. Are we about to go into another arc of some rich asshole pushing Joe to the brink? Between Mike, Tong and Ming himself, like, I feel for Joe. I feel for him, truly. So, oh, let's talk about fucking Tong. I just brought him up. Let's talk about Tong. So, his piece of shit ass, like, I just can't believe he's acting shitty towards Joe in the beginning, making him run the same stunt over and over and over to make him tire out, like wasting his own money. Isn't he an investor in this movie? Wasting his own money, wasting everybody's time off of some grudge shit over a man you're not even dating. Like, I need Tong to get a grip. Why is he so invested in Ming's romantic relationships? I weirdly kind of understand Mike and May being invested because they're his siblings. But, like, Tong is not. You're just a friend. You're not even really a friend, right? Like, it's like, you know, why are you so involved in his, why do you care so much that he's banging Joe? Old Joe and new Joe. Why do you care? And it's because he doesn't want to fucking admit, probably, he wants to bang Ming too. He ain't ready to talk, have a conversation with himself about the fact that he's probably a little bit attracted to Ming or something. I don't know what's going on, but he needs to face that. He also needs to go to therapy. Can we get everybody out in these woods meditating? Frankly, I think everybody could go for a session to really dig down deep into themselves. Because Tong is like pissing me off. Like, and he's been, he's been, for a while. I mean, he was kind of from the beginning. He was, you know, everything. Like, his completely unprofessional behavior at work was so off-putting. Like, I hated it. And he's just getting worse and worse. So I'm just like, I'm so over it, and I need him to like figure out why he is so involved with me. I mean, maybe it's nothing to do with, I guess there is a possibility that it's not about him actually being secretly in love with Ming, but rather he, some kind of monetary reason, but I don't know what it would be. Like, what would it be? It can't be about inheritance because Ming isn't, I mean, like, it can't be, he's not going to inherit the wealth of Ming's family. Like, first of all, now that we know that there's another brother out there, he's the oldest brother. So, like, probably the oldest brother is going to inherit all of the, you know, company and the power and all the wealth, except for the bits that go to the younger siblings. So, like, it can't be about that, could it? Could it be about the inheritance? I don't know how it's going to work with his family. I guess we don't know too much about Ming's family other than a few glimpses of them. So, maybe there's something else going on there that, because whatever, I will say this, Tong certainly started dating May for monetary reasons. Like, I'm sorry, he was not in love with her way back when they first started dating. Like, he was very clearly only interested in her once he found out that she was the daughter from the family that was sponsoring his movie. Like, come on. It was about money. So maybe it's still about money now, but I just don't know what the correlation is between his bag versus Ming's love life. Like, why does it matter? Why does he care? I just need that answer, you know. So, okay. Let's talk about Ming. Let's talk about Ming going on this spiritual journey. He finally, by hook or by crook, we're going to get this man into some therapy. I don't care what kind of therapy it is. Meditation in the woods, fine, perfect. Let's get him some fucking calm. Like, I'm so glad that he took a step back, at least there. I mean, he's not 100% turned around, but, you know, like, he at least was able to spend some time thinking about himself a little bit. Now, I want him to, he's mostly just focused on uncovering this mystery of why does the new Joe remind me of the old Joe, right? But I need him to actually sit down and unpack his own behavior and, like, truly recognize how terrible he is. Not just to Joe, but to everyone around him, okay? Like, he's been terrible, right? So I need him to examine himself and his own behavior and make a change. I need it ASAP. Okay, so, but we did get this this confrontation in bed. Where the clue that finally, exposed Joe was him sneezing during orgasm. Hilarious. Hilarious. Like, I cannot believe. They set that up so early. Yeah, funny. But now we have the new Joe back. Because his body was found. So what do they mean? Do they mean that they found his like body, like his dead corpse, his decaying corpse at the bottom of the mountain? Finally, or are we going to get like him also, just like Joe suspected that he might be out there in a coma somewhere? Sorry, was there, like, I didn't think that there was a river or anything underneath that cliff, but maybe there was behind all the trees and stuff, and we just didn't see it. Maybe he fell into the water, his body fell into the water, and then got, brushed downstream or something, and wound up somewhere, like he's in some, like, little town or village or something in a coma, in a little town hospital in a coma, maybe. Or I guess there's a third option. He's dead in a coma, or new Joe is up, and just like our Joe, he's walking around in old Joe's body, just out there. But why would he not come back? It can't be that, right? He's got to be in like a coma or just dead, right? Because otherwise, why wouldn't he? Well, then again, he did try to self-delete. Because he had this huge fight with his mother about him dating Tarn. So maybe he wouldn't come back because for whatever reason, because he felt like his he cut ties with his mother, or maybe he felt like maybe he felt like he couldn't reconcile with her. Or maybe he just didn't want to face her again. So, yeah, and they had like a huge fight, and yeah, I don't know. I guess there's that possibility that he's out there. He doesn't want to come home because he doesn't want to face that, and he's just living a completely different life. So I guess we have those three options. They found his corpse. Oh, I guess there's another option. I was thinking corpse, like decaying, corpse. But maybe they found his corpse and it's completely, perfectly preserved at the bottom of the mountain, magically. I mean, there's magic in this world, so why not? Maybe they found his body and it's not decayed and it's like a medical mystery or something. Guess we could have that option. But either way, I'm excited to see what we're going to get in the next episode. I am filming this on Juneteenth, so the next episode for my stand-in is in a couple of days. This Fridays, right? Like Fridays or Saturday? I think it's Fridays that it airs. So I will be finding out in a couple of days. Yep. So I guess I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. We shall see. All right, we'll go ahead and end it there. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Go on over to Patreon if you're interested in full length, or if you're interested in exclusive access to shows that are only on Patreon, or early access for shows that I haven't put on YouTube yet. So there's some stuff that I'm never going to put on YouTube, like all the Japanese shows that I'm going to do. Right now I have Chaser Game W up there. In terms of J-dramas, I'm currently filming Osan's Love Returns, so I will be putting that up soon. And I just put up a poll as well to see, what show is going to replace Blank, which I'm currently releasing on YouTube and on Patreon. I have decided, though, for my stand-in, I'm going to replace my stand-in with Pit Babe. Okay? So I've already watched all of season 1 of Pit Babe. And I've actually watched the season 2 trailer too, the pilot trailer or whatever. But I just haven't edited any of it and put it up. So I am going to replace my stand-in with Pit Babe. So if you're interested in Pit Babe, stay tuned for that. I'm going to start working on that. But I did open a poll for a different slot for Blank. 23.5 just ended on YouTube, so I'm going to replace that with My Marvelous Dream Is You. If you're interested in that show, we have several episodes up on Patreon. It's up to episode 5 on Patreon. And 6 and 7 I'm going to film later this week, early next week. All right, that's it. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.